Flack math! Give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Flack math!
Number 1. The sum of twice the number and 17 is negative 20, negative 19, find the number. So how do you say the sum of something?
Equals plus.
So we're going to add two things. And then the sum of twice the number. How do you say twice the number?
Twice the number. N times 2.
Yeah, so we're just going to say 2n. You can say n times 2, but don't confuse that with n squared. It's not n squared. It's 2n, okay? And 17. So this is what you're summing. Twice the number and 17. So far, so good? And then how do you say is?
Equals.
Negative 19. So there's our equation. This is a two-step equation, right? Because you have to get rid of two things. This guy and this guy.
Mr. Flack, can we do a free problem set on this one? Get to 17.
This is a practice test, so we're not doing free problem sets. Let's get 17 out of here. How do you get 17 out of there?
Minus.
Subtract 17 from an already negative 19. What does that mean?
36.
So negative 36. Don't forget that negative.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's one there.
Now what? How do you get rid of that 2?
Don't.
Yeah, you do the same thing.
You snipe it.
But with
Okay,
division.
what? Yes, so the bullet is division. Since it's being multiplied, to get rid of it, you divide it.
18.
Okay, that works, right?
No.
Let's put it in logically. The sum of twice the number, so negative 36, and 17 brings it down to, what is that? Sum of twice the number, so negative 36, and 17 brings it down to negative 19. That works. All right, number 2. The number of bacteria increased 210%. Now, half of you, if you don't listen to me right now, will get this wrong.
Perfect.
Okay? So let's see if you're going to get it wrong on the practice test. So how do you do this problem? It increased 210% overnight. If there were 75,000 bacteria yesterday, how many are there today? So how do you do that?
If you're declining 210%
Okay.
75,000.
So 2.1 times 75,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator.
Perfect. Very
2.1 times 75,000. And I get 157,500. Is that right?
Yes. No.
Is that my answer?
That's what
No.
Okay, half of you will say yes right now, and half of you will say no. Why is this not my final answer?
Because you have to do more.
You have to
It's
take
just
the
like,
original 75,000.
Yes. Well, no, you have to add it to that. Okay, this is a percent increase. This is how much it went up. Okay, so now I have to add it to the original amount, which is 75,000.
Okay.
Okay, half of you, if you're not paying attention right now, will stop there because look, that looks like it increased. It did increase, but not 210%. This is how much it increased by. So you have to add it to the original amount. Don't forget to add it to the original amount.
133,000.
I think this smells like halfway through this block.
I think Mr. Flack really hit the nail on the head on this one.
What?
Mr. Flack,
Yeah.
I think you did some things wrong
All right, what did I do wrong?
because you added 157.
That's a little bit of an issue.
That number, and then you got the number.
I just don't like the numbers.
Oh, you're right. This is
That's a free problem set.
232,500. Okay. Hey, do you want a free problem set?
Come on. You have like 60.
Give me one. Can you let him gift some? I don't even need free problems.
Hey, Austin, I don't know how much I have.
I only have like 2.
Yeah.
What other?
Remember that time I gave you the
problem
answer in
sets
science?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could give
The
me
only
free
ones that are due tonight.
Remember that time that I
So we just have
I
one
helped him with
test
a
now,
test?
and then we're done.
Yeah.
We have to do this practice test, but I'm doing it for you now.
on
So
that test.
Remember that one time I gave you a chocolate bar? Yeah, she had a
Remember
surprise.
one time on a solo match before?
Okay. So guys, don't forget to add the percent increase to the original amount. 2 steps. All right, number 3, you ready?
Maybe. For sure, dog.
Okay, dog. The ratio. Ooh, when I see the word ratio, what do?
You draw it.
Tic-tac-toe.
Oh.
Do that.
Don't you do that.
Musicians to actors. And then we have a total. So just in case you need it, you have a total row. So musicians to actors are 2 to 3. So this is my ratio column. And then if there were 72 actors, where does that go?
Right, Sean.
Right on actors. Now I don't need my total row. That's okay. Because then it just says how many musicians. So it's just asking for this. How do you do that?
Fish method.
Question, Austin?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, yes, fish method. So 2 times 72 divided by 3. Right?
144.
144 divided by 3 is like 43, I think. No. 144 divided by 3
More than that.
is 38. 48, yeah.
Even calculators are smarter than Mr.
My
Flack.
goodness. Well, I'm a little foggy right now. I'm still
Oh yeah, because it is
congested.
pretty foggy now.
Yep. So 48 musicians. You guys good at fishing this?
Nope.
No?
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay. Number 4.
Why do you do the dumb tic-tac-toe, Mr. Flack?
You don't have to. It's just
I know, but
think.
what? I feel like the other way is quicker.
Well, the other way is just doing this. 2 to 3 equals m over 72.
Use fish method.
Yeah, and you're still using fish method there, but this is just in case, like you need a total. Like if it said 72 actors and musicians, that would go in the total row, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that wouldn't work if you did it this way. But you can do it whatever way works for you, Nathan.
Okay.
Number 4, complete the table. So we're going to change decimals to percents to fractions, all that stuff. Don't skip this one. You know why? This is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points.
Whoa, what?
What?
On that? How?
Because it's got 6 letters on it.
The letters actually.
Yep. So I give you a point for each one you get right. Okay, so this is where we start with, so 0.675. Let's do the easy one first. How do you change that to a percent?
Move it twice to the left.
Yep, so 67.5%. Perfect. All right, now how do you change it to a fraction?
You ignore the decimal and put it on top of.
Yeah, so like 675 over, that's 1,000, right? Because it goes 3 places.
Yeah.
So now you just have to reduce that, right?
That equals to.
Anyone know what that is, reduced? Well, let's see
I
here.
wasn't looking. Hold on.
You could probably take a 25.
27 over 40.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't, maybe, yeah. 20, so 24 is 6, so 27
27 over.
take 40 out, yeah. Good, I think that's right, good job. All right, and how would you check that? You could check it by actually going the opposite way. How do you change a fraction to a decimal?
Use.
Yeah, divide. 27 divided by 40. Let's see if we get 0.675, and we do. Okay?
Oh.
All right, so guys, if you put that, good job, but I'm only going to give you half credit for that because it's not reduced. So make sure you reduce. All right? So let's do this. 2/5. How do you change that to a decimal or a percent? How do you change 2/5 to a decimal?
You don't.
0.4.
Yeah, how'd you get that?
I don't know.
You just know.
I knew because you do the divide.
2 divided by 5.
You do the thing.
Add a decimal and a 0, it goes in 4 times. So 0.4. So what percent is that?
40.
40%. Good job. All right, how we doing? Are we doing all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now if they give us a percent, now we have to find the decimal and the fraction. Let's do the easiest one. What's the decimal?
0.2.
0.2.
The fraction is 2/10.
20 over 100, which reduces to 2 over 10, which also reduces
1/5.
to 1/5. Don't just stop at 2/10.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys good with this?
Yeah.
This is nice because this is 6 easy points.
Oh,
We
good.
can do this.
Oh, I got that one right.
What's a big fella?
Are you sure about that, guy?
Oh, don't erase the 4. Still writing that.
All right, I will.
Do you get that?
No.
So guys, remember, if you haven't done this, I'm doing it for you right now. So don't make extra work for yourself.
I've already done all these doubles, so all the
Joke.
Good job, Xavier. All right, number 5. Find the volume. Okay, how do you find the volume of a cylinder?
You have to do the weird rectangle thing around the side.
Base times width.
That's surface area.
Base times
So if I were to
width times
unwrap
height.
it, it would be a rectangle.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we're finding area of base times height. That's it.
Yeah, we're doing both.
So Nathan, length times width times height is only for finding the volume of a rectangular prism because the area of that base is a rectangle.
But we're doing a circle.
How do you find the area of a circle?
Area
Base
of a
times
box
height.
times height.
How do you find the area of a circle?
Area of base times height.
You
Something
find
about
like
pi.
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared is the area of a circle. Okay, and then area of base times height, that's how you find the volume of any shape like this that has the same shape all the way up. It makes sense. If you find the area of one of those shapes, multiply by how many layers there are. Okay? So, what's the height? Well, let's give us the dimensions here. Let's see, it's 8 high. So there's the height. And what's r? Looks like 5. So we got pi times 5 squared times 8. So far, so good? Pi r squared times h.
8.
You guys good with that?
Yeah, Mr. Flack, you said H. It's
Yeah.
actually 8.
It's actually both. H. The height is the 8, is 8. Okay? I said pi r squared h. So r is 5, h is 8.
So
Okay.
it tracks all the tryhards.
So let's see, what's 25 quarters? 200?
25 quarters.
60 probably.
Or 8 quarters?
I don't know.
200, right? Times 200. So 3.14 times 200 is 6280.
Why are there so many different equals?
How did you not know that yet?
Times 8.
Oh, you're just keep making.
Looks
you're-
like feet. So remember, your volume is measured in cubes, so cubic feet. All right, how's this feel? You guys feel like you can do this problem?
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, remember, if it's a cylinder, the area of base is just pi r squared. You should write that down. You can use it on the test if you want. And when we take the test on Tuesday, I can write that for you on the board.
When we're taking it in class.
Yep, but you can finish it at home if you want. Okay?
Oh, I forgot to do the cube.
All right, number 6. Last month's phone bill was $150. That's an expensive phone bill. This month's phone bill is $204. What percent of last month's phone bill is this month's phone bill? So look at that last sentence. I'm going to translate that into math. How do you say what percent?
What percent?
What percent? So I could say W subscript P, or I could just say P. And how do you say of?
Of.
All right, now, how do you say last month's bill? How do you say last month's bill?
Minus.
L.
It's 2
150.
over 4.
150. It tells you last month's bill. It's 150. What percent of last month? How do you say is?
Is
Equal.
Equals. And how do you say this month's bill?
this month's bill.
204. So see, look at this easy equation to solve. How do you solve for P?
You divide 100. You divide.
All right.
Dividend.
Okay. So on my calculator, I'm going to do that. 204.
Black, can I go to the bathroom?
That's a
Yep.
false statement.
204 divided by 150.
before Nathan.
Reduce-
I want to.
Reduce that's 102 over 75.
You could reduce it if you wanted to, but since we're looking for a percent, we got to find the decimal anyway. Okay, now, is that my answer, 1.36?
No, that's false.
Okay, but this is right, but it's asking for a percent. How do you change that to a percent?
You move it to the
You
right.
move it. 100%.
Okay, does that seem right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what percent of last month's bill is this month's bill? Well, this month's bill was more than last month, so it's gonna be over 100%. Okay? You guys good with number 6?
Yep.
All right, number 7. This is gonna take 2 steps.
No.
Unless you can unless you can figure it out
Wait, number
in your
what?
head.
Number 4?
Number 7.
Oh, well, that's easy. You have to do the
Oh,
thing.
that's easy.
So I want a graph.
Literally just write it down.
Yeah, literally.
Just draw the number line, draw a circle, and then draw an arrow.
No.
So I want to figure out what to do with that. Now, it just says graph it. So I could just graph it right now. How do you graph everything not greater than -1?
You go the other way.
Okay, so you go less than -1.
Yeah.
But do you graph -1 or do you not?
No, you
No.
don't.
Oh,
You do.
oh God.
What?
Here's why.
What the heck?
Because if it's not greater than,
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
the only thing it's eliminating is this one. So it could be less than or it could be equal to. Because -1 is not greater than -1, is it?
Why doesn't it have the line on the bottom?
Yeah, Mr. Flack.
Well, it doesn't there, but this is just saying when it's not. It's not greater than, so it could be the other two.
So you just draw it close.
So I would rewrite it like this first. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Now we know how to graph that because it has a line on the bottom, so that means we fill it in and we shade to the left.
Oh.
Does that feel all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now, if you're gonna mess this up, it's probably gonna be whether you should fill that in or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would write the normal inequality. This is called a negated inequality.
Mm.
So write the normal
Why the
inequality.
heck would you ever make
This
that?
tells you what it's not. You need to know what it is first before you graph it. Okay?
When are you ever going to use that then?
Well, we say that. We don't say it with X's and -1s, but we use negated inequalities all the time. Okay? So who can go into an R-rated movie?
Me.
My parents don't care.
None of you. Why?
I can.
I mean, legally you can't. I mean, we do all the time, but
It's called being small.
under, you have to be 17, right? Or if you are not older than 17, then you can't go into it. See, that's a negated inequality.
It's called being
No,
small.
that's an NC-17.
Or you say you can't go into it if you're under 17, but you can go into it if you're 17 or over,
It's called-
greater than or equal to
it's being
17.
small. It's-
But you can't
So see how it says the same thing? I know, you
That's-
can,
it's
okay.
called
Mr.
being
Flack,
small.
you got the rating system wrong.
Why do you
Is
do that?
17 and up is NC-17. R is just for
That's 18 plus.
No, you rated R movies, you have to be 17 or above.
Yeah.
NC-17 for
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, homie. There's a
Yeah,
whole lot of
Miss
horror
Flack, I
movies
think
that are
you're wrong.
NC-17.
I think
That
it's
is cap.
called being
Like
There's a
on
whole lot of horror
Netflix,
movies that are
like
R-rated.
TV
Yeah.
17, like they have their own like rating system for just
Stop
like
crap.
Netflix.
Like TV
But
7.
you guys are missing the whole point of.
Yeah, it's an
Right.
analogy.
I don't. Why would you make that in math though?
Because I'm like saying, because you have to be greater than this number, or you can't be less than or equal to that number.
Why do we celebrate birthdays? Yay, you didn't die this year. I don't want that.
Okay, so number 8, don't skip this because this is worth 3 points. A, B, and C. So how do you translate this? 170% of 40 is what number? How do you translate that? 170. How do you say 170%?
170.
I think it's like 96.
1.7.
1.7.
I'm just gonna go ahead and guess.
Okay, because remember, percents in mathematical calculations are worthless. So we have to convert it to either a decimal or a fraction. What do you like better?
Fraction.
Decimals are easier with the calculator. So, but you can change it to 170 over 100 if you want.
I would say probably.
And how do you say of?
4
Times.
Times. And how do you say 40?
62, what's your guess?
How do you say is what number?
Equals
How do you say what number?
N.
N. So there you go. So n's already by itself. You just have to clean up this side. So what's 1.7 times 40? 1.7 times
Is there
40.
ever a problem where the answer is a variable?
In algebra 1,
Oh,
yeah.
so close. I
So
guess
you might have to
62.
solve for another variable. So instead of
I
getting
guess
like
62, what are you looking at?
like x equals 4, you might get x equals y minus 2
Almost the
or
funny
something
number.
weird like that. Okay?
I guess
So
62.
you guys okay with A?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
All right, let's do B.
I guess bad.
How do you translate B? What's B say? What percent of 40 is 72? How do you translate that?
P
It's
times 40 equals 72.
92.
Okay, one at a time. How do you translate what percent of 40 is 72?
P times 40 equals 72.
What percent of 40 is 72? Very good. All right, now how do you solve for P?
You divide 72 by 40.
100.
72 divided by 40 is
What's your guess?
1.8.
I guess
Is that your answer?
I was gonna
No.
guess.
So what do you have to do now?
Make it into a thing.
Percent, so 180%, which makes sense because 72 is a lot bigger than 40, right?
Yeah.
So what percent of 40
Well,
is
it's
a
not-
bigger number?
well,
It's
it's
going to
not
be
double.
over 100%. Yeah, it's not 80. 80 would be 200%. So that makes sense. It's almost 80. So it's almost 200%. Okay, one more and 8. How do you say 380%?
3.8.
And how do you say of? What number is 570? So guys, if you want to show me your equation first, I'm going to give you half credit for that. If you're just trying to give me an answer, that's fine, Emerson. If you just want to give me an answer, that's good. That's if you want to take that chance, great. But if you want to show me any work, then you get partial credit for that. Because if you get it wrong, I have to mark it all wrong.
Let's go.
So if you want to show your work and then you mess that up, then you still get credit for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
Okay, so show your stinking work. Did you see the comment on the last test that I wrote?
Nah.
For this
I
one,
said something
guess,
sassy like, why do you insist on getting a lower grade than every test?
You're not.
What about test 14?
So show as much work as you can, not
Okay.
because I doubt you, but because it's like insurance for you. It's
I'm
math
gonna guess,
insurance.
I like to take my chances.
72.
All right, well, I guess that's a
No,
thing.
I'm gonna guess like 148.
All right, so to get n by itself, we have to divide by 3.8, right?
Yep.
So let's see how many times
48.
3.8 goes into 580
Emerson.
or 570.
14.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Okay. So you get it.
Mr. Flack, did you grade test 14?
Yep, I did. Thank you for the reminder. So n equals 150.
No.
I was so close. I guess 148 without looking at it.
I got 4. I guess 4.
Let's go.
So guys, 3.8, like 380% is almost 4 times that number, right?
Yeah.
What's 4 times 150? That's 100. That's 600. So see how 3.8, so 570 is almost 4 times that number. So that makes sense. Okay, 2 more problems and we're done for the day, okay?
Oh, those might have to finish though.
Oh, why are there so many letters? I don't like geometry.
97 to
97, 98, and 100. Yeah, what about it?
Well, they're the last ones, so do we still
This,
have more?
Those
this
are the
test
last
today
ones.
has
So
two
then,
ones.
so then
But
once
each
you
is
got
26
questions, you
parts.
don't have to do any-
Yep. Any more math? Okay, so you just have that last test and this test, which is just, I'm doing it for you. So. All right, number 9. Okay, so we just have to plug and chug.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It just looks like.
Okay, can you guys do that in your head?
Yes.
Mr. Flack,
Yep.
this test today has 2 questions, each with 26 parts.
Whoa, that's a lot.
9.
9? Okay, anybody else?
Yep, I got 9 too. I
got
agree
9
with
too.
Mr. Ben.
All right, good. So you got negative, and then W is 3.
No way.
Then two negatives equals a positive, right?
Yep. So this is, but it's really just negative 12
Yeah.
minus 3.
But then you just do the bok thing.
Right. So mock that, and it ends up being 12 minus 3, which is 9. Very good.
Oh, that's what
Okay.
that.
So guys, be careful. Don't go too fast on this. Try it in your head and try it on paper. See if you get the same answer. All right, number 10, just also plug and chug the R root of S plus S
Wait, number 9
4
is
to
9.
the T power.
So 4 plus.
Let's put R's. So it's the 4th root of, what's S? 16 plus 16 to the 2nd power.
Whoa, that's a lot. So it's 4 plus a big number.
It's not 4.
What?
2.
Oh yeah, that was
2.
4. Sorry.
Good job.
I thought
See
that
how
was
the
2.
4th root of 16, it's not the square root, it's the 4th root of 16. What number times itself? 4
I was
times 2
looking at-
times 2 times 2 times 2 is
I was
16.
looking at T equals 2 instead of R.
All right. Well, good catch. Okay, so what's 16 squared? Do you guys know what that is?
A big number.
80, no.
100 something.
Let me get my
It's
calculator.
256.
Okay.
So you got 2 plus 256
We don't
equals
What do you mean we need serious help?
258.
I'm telling you what
258.
16.
Black math. Give me some math and I'll give you some flack. Black math.